Hey guys, it's BW and I'm outside the garage. Listen, we're doing something fun today. Well, I don't know about fun, but it's a lot of work. We salvaged the granite countertops from my brother-in-law's house and figured we'd cut them and use them and repurpose them down the property that my in-laws are staying at that's going to be my son's house. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for a ride and let you see what's going on. So stick around and check us out. Alright guys, let me bring you down off the podium and show you what's going on. Alright, these countertops were all, the pieces you're looking at over there were all in one piece except for the seam that came with it when he bought the countertops right here. Alright, there's a seam there and a seam there. So what's happening is we're turning this into the island that is down at the property, and I will bring you guys in at the end when we get them installed at the house so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Now there's going to be people that have cut granite before and worked with it and they know what they're doing. I'm not one of those people. I'm just trying my best. All right, so I'm one of them guys like my friend in the north, the car guy at DD Speed Shop, says, if I can do it myself, I'd rather do it myself than pay somebody to do it. And it's going to be what it's going to be. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to make bull noses like that came with the front of the countertop, like you'll see the nice rounded bull nose that's here. And so we bought a couple tools off of the internet on Amazon. I bought the buffing tool, and my brother-in-law bought this router that's on there right now that attaches to my buffing tool, and it's just a diamond stone shaped, and it's to grind until you get a bull nose. Just keep going back and forth and back and forth. I got a water hose hooked up to it. I did one over at the house that burnt down. We did one out back. We borrowed the neighbor's hose and we were using a generator, but the generator kept on tripping. But this is not bad, guys. It's not perfect, but man, it's not bad. Look at that. That was a straight cut that we put a bull nose on it ourselves. There's a couple spots where I have to go back over and buff, but I'm going to wait until I put the buffer back on. It's very, very close to the one that the factory or whatever you want to say did. All right, so this is kind of cool too. See how this piece dips in right here? This was a seam that the installers at his house made, and see how it kind of goes like this. The other piece of it is right here, and it kind of, you'll see it kind of folds down, and when it goes together you can barely see it. And we're using this for a really fancy piece in the kitchen. Again, you'll see it when we get down there, just like the island. This cutout right here is for the chimney, and then this piece that I just showed you over there goes into this piece, and it's kind of, so it was like a 90 here but a reverse 90 there. I got to take my regular grinder. Like I say, we never done this before. My brother-in-law cut these with a diamond blade on a regular skill saw, but right here I just got to get in there. I'm going to grind that and square that off a little bit, and that's that. But that's what we're doing. I figured I'd bring you guys along and see if you wanted to check it out. I got to put a bull nose on 3 sides of that island, so that's going to take a while. Some of this stuff I just have to put a slight chamfer to and nothing else. Like this piece right here goes right up against the stove, so I'll just take the edge off right here, and then I'll do a buff job. And when I'm talking about a buff job, guys, I have to do it on the bull noses that I cut too. But when you buy this tool, it's similar to body work on a car, guys. I mean, you start with 50 grit. This is the sanding side. You start with 50 grit, go to 100, 200, 400, 800, 1500, and then all the way up to 3000. But I will tell you this, you stop feeling the abrasives around 800. You know, it's just one of those things. The 50 gets rid of the saw blade cut. The 100 gets rid of the 50, and so forth, all the way up. We learned that watching Murr. But anyway, you come over here. I'm gonna do this one first and put a bull nose on, and I'll bring you guys in. Now, like I say, it's not gonna be perfect. I mean, look, we cut this with a skill saw and a a diamond blade, so there's a little step here. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be really nice, and the price is right. Free. Right? So that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys back in just a bit. Let me get set up. All right, guys, I'm going to try to make a bull nose. See how it comes out. Bring you guys over and try to show you, see if you can see it. You got a really nice bevel going here, but I just don't want to overdo it. It's starting to look like it's rounded over pretty good. I'm going to sand at it a little bit more. Like I said, all right guys, sorry about that cutaway. It was so hot the camera overheated and shut down, and so did my phone. But you can see I was sanding, and we got it nice and smoothed out and rounded over. All right, so we're gonna go with that. That's nice. We got this little one up here I just got done doing. So you look, there's the, I guess you want to say factory, or the one that the manufacturer did. And then you go around here, man, is that smooth where I transitioned it? And then there's ours. I mean, we're never doing it before. There you go. There's another one we can do now. We polish our own granite. Now this one right here, oh excuse me, we just put a little chamfer on this because this goes right up against the range. And then, like I was telling you guys earlier, this one we're going to leave this seam cut. It goes back into the one that was on the picnic table that I have around front now. All right, so that's where I'm at. I'm just now getting ready to do this island. I'm gonna just do this big long front, and after I do the front, I'll be able to separate this and just do the ends, both ends, up on the table so it don't kill my back. But I just want to do the long one because it has a seam, and I want it to be perfectly blended. I don't want any transitions at the seam. All right, so I'll get back with you guys in a little bit. That's where I'm at. All right guys, well, it's actually the next morning. My brother-in-law's on his way over. We're going to install all these pieces. I got one spot over here I'm not happy with. I'm going to have to pull out the grinder real quick and just see right here where that white line is, and it's up towards the top of the surface. You get down close, you can see they're just little grind marks. I feel like if I start in at 800 and come back out to 3000, it'll go away. But everywhere else is real good. This is the long edge that goes with that edge over there, and I had to do it on the ground. So I guess if I needed an excuse why it looks like that, that's why. But it'll only take a second to buff that out. Really good though. I mean, did this one last night. This was the last one I did. I had a lot of it by feel because it started to get really dark. It blends right in with what we got from the manufacturer, so really happy with it. Corners come out really nice. It's gonna make a nice island. So I'll bring you guys all back in whenever we're putting it in at the kitchen and we get it installed. We'll take a look and see how everything turned out. All right, well, everything that was in the yard is now in the kitchen for the new house. You guys can see everything's not good. You guys see what I was talking about with that reverse cut for the chimney and that seam right there. Okay, we put a little bit of caulking grout in there, seal that off. Come out really nice. It's nice and tight seam. All right, you got a 32 there, and then there's the island. That's the boy. That's my mother-in-law. They're staying here while their house is getting fixed. All right, so that's it. You guys can see we put the windows in, or the ceilings in, and the drywall, just make the space livable for now. We got a new floor in, and I'll show you guys the rest whenever the house is emptied back out. All right, I'll catch up with you guys back at the house. All right, guys, we're back home and we're back out in the garage. We'll get back to our regular content here in the coming weeks, but I thought I'd just bring you guys in, show you what I am doing when I'm not working on the bike or the car. It was kind of cool. Let me tell you, special thanks to my brother-in-law Gordon and sister-in-law Carol for letting us have the material. Special thanks to my brother-in-law. You know, he cut all that stuff with a skill saw and diamond blade when we were pulling it out of the house for repurposing. He laid it all out. I merely grinded it and made the bull nose. This morning, he wouldn't let me film him down at the house when we were putting in the countertop, but believe me, he played a big role in that. And I really appreciate it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I enjoyed making it. My arms are a little tired from sanding and grinding on that countertop. Boy, oh boy, it came out nice and paid off. Until next time, take care, everybody.